for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. I do not energy harvest off innocent people's energy, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not steal anyone's destiny or identity, and I say that respectfully, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not worship the devil, and I say that respectfully, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I do not steal anyone's destiny or identity, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Being a popular loner, it wasn't about likes or views, let alone comments at the end of the day. It was truly a reality. You know what betrayal looks like up close in person. Someone not knowing how to love you properly. When they mistreated you. They took your kindness or weakness when you knew how to show up for somebody. You wasn't trying to dim somebody's light. But God allowed you to see that everybody wasn't supposed to be part of your journey. And choosing you wasn't for psychology, mind games. At the end of the day, you knew how to mentally go within to understand self-control. That you truly are worthy, regardless to what trauma and pain was endured within you from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood. Finding yourself to better yourself. Willing and able not to make yourself mentally unstable, let alone your own worst enemy. Hurting yourself with your own words. When they gave up on you, they overlooked you. They judged a book by its cover. They took your kindness or weakness. They tried to humiliate you, make you feel like you wasn't worthy of choosing you, making you feel like you wasn't worthy because you knew how to show up for somebody. And when God protects you and show you at the end of the day the right direction from the wrong direction, never dim your light to mislead you with pain. Because what's truly for you is going to show up for you with no malicious intentions. What's truly for you is not going to disrespect you. What's truly for you is not going to take your kindness or weakness, let alone dim your light. Humanity, your word don't get discouraged today because someone gave up on you because you was willing and able to show up for them, but they didn't choose you. My content is not for everybody. Loving yourself is not a crime. So never allow someone to dim your light because they didn't see your vision. When you knew how to come out your comfort zone and you wasn't steering in the wrong direction, you knew how to respect somebody. You wasn't projecting negative energy into the universe. You knew how to show up for somebody. Allowing yourself to show up for you. Allowing yourself to choose you. Being a popular loner. You had abandonment issues, lack of love when it came to someone showing up for you, regardless of that guardian. Someone that said they had your back, that you met along the way during your journey. Trauma and pain was endured within you. It went into your adulthood. But you ain't take somebody's kindness for weeks when you knew how to respect somebody. Being a popular loner. They made you feel like your back was against the wall. Are you even worthy? And only for you to self-reflect that you had to find you, that you was truly the gift to yourself that God allowed you to see. What a view. Yeah, you are beautiful. Yes, you are handsome. Yes, you are worthy. Don't get discouraged today because someone didn't know how to show up for you in the most healthiest way. Allowing yourself to love you, being your biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, what a view. It's the thought process for me. They don't understand the obstacles that was placed in front of you. Being a popular loner. You wasn't doing it for likes and views, let alone comments at the end of the day because it was truly a reality. You wasn't attention seeking at the end of the day because what was truly for you was going to show up for you. What was truly for you at the end of the day wasn't going to dim your light. What was truly for you at the end of the day was going to show you that, wow, you could become your best self vision of yourself. What's truly for you at the end of the day is going to respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. It's the thought process for me. Battling yourself, finding peace within it, just the mindset at the end of the day that, wow, I just wanted somebody to show up to be by my side. I just wanted somebody to love me the right way. But only for you to realize you had to love you. You had to remove the mask and show up for you, not to hurt you with words when they didn't choose you. It's the thought process for me. Never allow someone to dim your light because they overlooked you. Never allow someone to dim your light and allow you to feel like you out here by yourself because you're not. And you ain't got malicious intentions. You know how to respect yourself with no malicious intentions. You know how to respect your neighbor, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, wow. You wasn't misleading them to pain. But that's when God truly protects you and show you at the end of the day, I'm going to send all the right people into your life not to mislead you with pain. They're going to value your time and day without the excuses, let alone the game. God saw this whole entire time who was truly by your side, rooting you on, showing you at the end of the day that you are truly worthy, or who went against you. So be mindful and wise thinking you're alone, because you're not alone. You can never be alone when you feel alone, because when you least expect it, you got you. You got you. And what's true to you at the end of the day is going to show up for you. And what's true to you at the end of the day ain't going to dim your light. And what's true to you is going to show up for you in the most healthiest way. To value your time and day, and respect will be a two-way street. How God works in mysterious ways with no hidden agendas. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. They wanted you to be emotionally unstable because they didn't choose you. They judged you. They took your kindness or weakness. They wanted you to go back and forth with them when it came to their drama, one-sided minds at the end of the day. When they tried to antagonize your character, only to realize they didn't get you out of character that day. Because you didn't want to shortchange you. You've been a popular loner for all this time at the end of the day, so you knew how to show up for yourself to stay in your lane. How God works in mysterious ways to truly protect you at the end of the day, show you who's truly for you. Always protect your energy, because not everybody's meant to be part of your journey. It's not that you think you're better than somebody. Not even a little bit. But you just knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day with no malicious intentions. When you understood your priorities. Never allowed yourself to lose yourself because someone didn't know how to show up for you. Never allow yourself to lose yourself because someone tries to dim your light. Don't get discouraged today because you had abandonment issues when it came to that guardian that didn't know how to love you, let alone respect you. They didn't show you what love was. They threw spell work at you in a toxic way to make you mentally dysfunctional. That unhealthy relationship, it didn't work out. But you allowed yourself to choose you to better you. You showed up for you when you was looking for somebody to walk through that door, and they never showed up. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. But I truly preach times to the genuine ones only. Never allow someone to dim your light. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, they don't mislead yourself to pain because someone didn't know how to show up for you. And I say that respectfully. Yeah, you had childhood wounds that was installed within you. It went into your adulthood. And you allowed yourself to choose you. It wasn't going to be a walk in the park, but you was willing to show up for you. To heal the wounds that was installed within you. So you could become your best self vision of yourself. So you can actually see who was truly for you. Because what's for you ain't going to go against you, let alone dim your light. Respect will be a two-way street. What a view. I sleep preach time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe month, have a safe year. Always protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime, so never allow someone to dim your light to discourage you with pain. And I say that respectfully. You know, being a popular loner at the end of the day, it was never about likes and views, or let alone a comment. Because what's truly for you is going to respect you. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. But no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. But neighbor, you mad and you are worthy. Don't get discouraged today because someone overlooked you. They gave up on you. They try to humiliate you, embarrass you in the most unhealthiest way. They threw spell work at you in a toxic way. Thought they was going to make you dysfunctional, how God shows up and shows you a way. That you could heal that mindset at the end of the day to become your best self vision of yourself. It wasn't an overnight process, but you was willing to choose yourself. I am the original owner of all my content, word for word. Now, genuine love, respect. Have a good day. To the genuine ones only. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said, stop the violence. It's the thought process to me. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Never get discouraged. And I say this respectfully. You know, being a popular loner, a lot of folks don't understand the mindset. When you mean what you say at the end of the day, like, you don't need a crowd to cheer you on. Especially when you came from a upbringing of trauma and pain, and certain folks came into your life to bring you down, discourage you, and make you feel like you wasn't worthy. My content is not for everybody. When you a popular loner, you're not doing it for likes and views, let alone someone's reaction of you. It's your reality that you face every single day. Maybe dealing with being homeless. And you ain't doing it for a like or a view, for attention seeking. Because it's your reality. You could be around people all day long. At the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. And only to realize that, wow, you had the wrong folks sitting at your table. What a disaster. They became traumatized. It allowed you to overthink. It allowed you not to feel. It made you mentally unstable. Because how could you say you showing up for me, but you're going against me? How could you say you got my back, but you're making me, you paying me out to be somebody I'm truly not? When I knew how to respect you, days when I couldn't even see for myself. You have to be mindful and wise who you allow to sit with you at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. Because what's truly for you is not going to go against you. What's truly for you is not going to dim your light. What's truly for you is going to elevate you in the most healthiest way. What's for you is going to show you what elevation looks like. I got your back. Not discourage you. Not make you feel like you got to live in fear. Not put you in competition. And I say that respectfully. Not manipulate you. Not humiliate you. That day you was sitting there by yourself. You realized you just lost everything. You wasn't looking for attention. You was looking for everybody to have your back like you had their back. But they couldn't show up for you because the party was already over. The party been over. They used you and abused you. The day at the end of the day, the funds ran out. They used you and abused you when that night was already over. You couldn't pick up the phone and say, hey, I need something to eat today. You got my back? Because they wasn't even checking for you. You was checking for somebody at the end of the day that wasn't even trying to pick up the other side of that receiver. Now, when it becomes your situation within your situation of your reality, now you sitting in that like, dang. You beating yourself up with your own words. I was able to communicate with you when you was able to win a party. I was able to communicate with you when you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that. When you wanted to make it about you. Or you wanted to use my funds until it ran out. Or you needed a place to stay at the end of the day. But I can't pick up the phone and say that you got my back. Because action truly didn't speak louder than words when you met me halfway. Now it became your situation within your situation. Now they disrespecting you because now you done lost everything. You lost everything. You can't pick up the phone and call your guardian. Because you're not trying to go backwards. You're trying to move forward with your life. And some folks don't have their family members at the end of the day to say, I love you, I got your back. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. But what's your story? When you had to go to that hospital, you were sitting there alone. Nobody was by your side. You was looking at that door. You was looking at that door, expecting somebody to come in, and nobody ever showed up. Any other time, somebody's blowing your phone up. But when it get quiet at the end of the day, when you truly a popular loner, is a non-existent. That's why you had to reevaluate your mindset and say, you know what, everybody's not for me. Some people walking this journey by themselves, knowing what expectations to look for themselves at the end of the day, that not everybody's going to root them on. Not everybody's going to show up the way you show up at the end of the day. So you can't expect what you give out. You can't expect the fact that, wow, I made sure you had a place to stay. I made sure you had a place to stay. I made sure that you had food on your table. I made sure that you had pocket money in your pocket at the end of the day. Sitting in a hospital bed all alone. It was your reality. Facing your own reality. You couldn't pick up the phone and call your moms and your pops. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views. Because it was your reality. You couldn't pick up the phone and say, you know what? I love you. Because nobody was showing you love back. Imagine not hearing I love you from folks at the end of the day that's supposed to have your back when you least expect it. Only to realize you had to find love within you. My content is not for everybody, but never misuse you. Now it's time to leave that hospital. Now you gotta pick yourself up and leave that hospital. Nobody's outside waiting for you. Imagine having to leave that hospital and the doctor saying within saying, you can't leave the hospital until somebody actually shows up. But nobody's gonna show up because it's your reality. Everybody you showed up for can't show up for you. It wasn't about the timing was wrong. No. You was there for everybody else. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Or how about that time when you walked to a hospital to go check on someone that you said that you loved and you ain't had no funds in your pocket to get to that destination? Or you had to go a milestone at the end of the day and you would have no funds in your pocket to get to somebody and make sure that they was okay. They was having an emergency within emergency, but they got everybody around them, but they checking for you to make sure you show up at the end of the day. But they got everybody else around them. They got family, they got loved ones around them, rooting them on. But then when you check yourself to realize at the end of the day that, wow, when it's my time at the end of the day, I ain't got that same support. It's not that you jealous or hate at the end of the day. But when it's your turn, they ain't show up. They wanted you to show up for them. They wanted you to go to milestone for them. They wanted you to be present every time. But they wasn't showing up for you. They just misused you, mistreated you, took your kindness or weakness. Heard small conversations about you at the end of the day. Watch this, I'm about to get this out of this person. And only for you to realize that, wow, what a view. They wondering why you don't come around no more. Because you mistreated me, you misused me, you abused me. You only use me for when it's convenient for you to use me. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But when you're really in that situation and you ain't doing it for likes and views, let alone a comment, or being homeless, your reality starts to kick in. Who really got my back? Who's really showing up for me? Even if I express my situation, what's going on at the end of the day, I gotta be strong for me. I gotta show up for me. I gotta take accountability for me. I gotta become my best self-vision for me. Regardless of what the circumstances is at the end of the day. They knowing that you're homeless. They don't even say, you know what? Here's a couple of dollars. I ain't got much. Here's some food. They just laughing at your pain. when you truly knew how to show for somebody at the end of the day, when everything was together, or let alone when you got back on your feet. You knew how to show for everybody, but they truly misled you. They misled you and you found you. They disrespect you and you found you. They discovered you and you found you. They said that you wasn't gonna get too far at the end of the day, but you found you. So never allow a temporary situation to dim your light, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. If you're dealing with abandonment issues, lack of love, nobody knew how to love you, let alone show up for you and mean what they say. When it came to that guardian that didn't know how to respect you. And you mean what you say and you say what you mean. And you ain't doing it for likes and views at the end of the day, because it's really people out here that don't got their moms and their pops. They can't pick up the phone and say, hey, you got my back today? Without somebody on the other side of the phone manipulating somebody at the end of the day. Because people do that. When a parent back is against the wall and they feel embarrassed, they will be saying like, no, I wouldn't do that to my child. I wouldn't do that to my child. I wouldn't put my child in the street. And they be lying the whole entire time. So you got to be mindful, wise when judging a book by its cover, because this type of stuff happens every single day. When that's a good child. You try to dim the light on your own child at the end of the day. You had a good child that you brought into this world, but you dimmed your own child's light. Because it's family members out here at the end of the day that are haters, and it's sad and disgusting to see that. How they used them. How they use that innocent person for the moment. And once the funds is done, or once this is done, they kick them to the curb. This type of stuff happens every single day, and it's more disgusting to see how a guardian can manipulate somebody at the end of the day and paint a picture like they so picture perfect at the end of the day. Like they wouldn't put their child out. Like they wouldn't disrespect their child. Their child needs a place to stay. Their child just needs someone to say, I love them. That baby never heard I love you. But you sit there and paint a picture that, oh, that's my baby. I love my child. But that baby never heard I love you. It's a thought process to me when it comes to certain individuals' opinion about an innocent person. Judging a book by its cover, you don't know what someone's going through. The lack of love will put someone in a mindset of running for themselves. The lack of love, the lack of trust, respect will put someone in a mindset of running for themselves. They wasn't seeking revenge. They were trying to better themselves. They wasn't trying to become their own worst enemy. They were trying to better themselves, to understand that they are worthy. Yeah, you gave up on me. You overlooked me, but I choose me. You pointed me out to be somebody I truly wasn't, but I choose me. And it's sad and disgusting to see how when you start to get yourself together, as you're supposed to every single day, choosing yourself to better yourself, now everybody wants to be your biggest support team. What happened to having a bigger support team during your journey? People mislead that information at the end of the day. Because what's truly for you at the end of the day, it's not going to mislead you with pain. It's not going to mislead you at the end of the day, making you feel like you're not worthy. And I say that respectfully. But this type of stuff happens every single day. When your back is against the wall, you don't know which direction to turn. All you got right now is just a powerful prayer. Your prayer. Waiting for God to actually answer it. But you still got to pick yourself up and be mentally strong for self. When you feel like you're going in the wrong direction. When folks is out here taking your kindness for weakness. Or the alone. You ain't got nobody showing up for you. And you mean what you say. You say what you mean when you truly a popular loner. Nobody's showing up. Nobody's coming through that door. It ain't like you want somebody to rescue you. You want that same energy and reciprocated at the end of the day. So someone to truly respect you with no malicious intentions. It really be the thought process to me. And then they quick to say, oh, you got to get your priorities straight. How someone's trying to get their priorities straight at the end of the day when you endure all this trauma into them. It's the thought process to me. Being mentally unbalanced, now you in a cold world at the end of the day, everybody going against you. Got you questioning yourself, am I even worthy? You was already put out into a world at the end of the day of the lack of love, the lack of respect. But you knew how to respect somebody good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. And you just wanted to understand and be patient with your process to better yourself, to love yourself correctly. Regardless who didn't know how to love you properly or the alone show up for you. You matter and you are worthy. Do not get discouraged today. A temporary situation could change your life around when you least expect it, because God works in mysterious ways. And I say that respectfully. Imagine being sick and being homeless, and you ain't had nothing to eat today. Not just today. It's been days after days. And you wearing the mask this whole entire time. Smiling. Like everything is okay. Nobody not one time say you good or whatever the case may be. Or you may be embarrassed, ashamed to speak up. Because you don't want to project what you got going on anybody else. Because you don't want to feel like you a charity case. This type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. People wear masks so well, and their situation is so upside down because their world is going around and around and around, and they don't know which direction to turn, who to trust with their words. And I say that respectfully, especially when you don't know who to trust with your words, because you've been in situations where you spoke up upon certain things and folks just laughed in your face. They disrespected you. They humiliated you. They made you feel like, dang, I shouldn't have said that day. How could you portray me at the end of the day when I knew how to respect you and I ain't had malicious intentions? You could be someone's biggest support team at the end of the day, but soon as something happens to you at the end of the day when it comes to your situation, removing the mask and expressing yourself to somebody at the end of the day, it just became a laugh. Ain't nothing was funny about it at the end of the day. It was your reality. Your reality turned into pain. Your reality made you feel like, wow, this is why I don't deal with folks at the end of the day. Things will never be the same. Because you know what? What's truly for you will not disrespect you. What's truly for you will not humiliate you. What's truly for you will not allow you to feel like you gotta question yourself like, wait, hold on. Did that just really just happen? I know how to respect you days when you couldn't see for yourself. I knew how to respect you days when you was trying to pick yourself up at the end of the day and you didn't know which direction to turn. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And as soon as it's my turn, you see how the ball games change at the end of the day? It changes. And you wasn't playing games. It was your reality. So by you praying at the end of the day, asking God, the good God, when you don't worship the devil, to send all the right people into your life, not to misuse you, mistreat you, but to truly respect you and to take your kindness or weakness, it became your existence of your reality. And only for you to see that, wow, yeah, maybe it's just that one person that God places in my life that I just only needed. And that's okay. But we don't go against each other. We don't put each other in secret competition. We don't disrespect each other. We uplift each other. Something that you always ask for at the end of the day. Someone truly to be by your side with no malicious intentions. And the energy reciprocated was on the same, it was on the same street. Respect. My content is not for everybody. And I say that respectfully. And loving yourself is not a crime. And never get discouraged from a temporary situation. And I say that respectfully. And especially when you ain't doing it for likes and views at the end of the day, let alone a comment. Because it's truly your reality. Can't no like and view at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully, change your mindset as to what you're going through when it comes to your trials and tribulations of your hard times. Because when you're sitting alone, you have to battle that mindset of not allowing yourself to be far gone. to go into the mindset of dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD. You put a name to your book because you have to be strong for you. Because ain't nobody here to pick you up but you. Sometimes in life we lose ourselves due to a temporary situation. Only to realize it's allowing us to see that we can better ourselves and remind us at the end of the day what that lesson truly was. Not to repeat it. My content is not for everybody, and that is okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. It's not that you think you better than anybody at the end of the day when you understand the trials and tribulations that was placed in front of you and you allowing and willing to become your best self version of yourself and understanding the process that, wow, things do change. Things do get better. You're trying to figure out how, when, and where, why, and all this and stuff like that. It will. But another thing too, you gotta be mindful how you treat people. You have to be very mindful how you treat people during your season. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully because you can have everything today and everything will be gone tomorrow. And I don't wish bad on nobody. But you have to be mindful and wise how you treat people. You may not get your karma today, but karma sure enough sneaks up on you when you least expect it. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never get discouraged because someone gave up on you. Someone did not know how to love you. Someone showed you lack of love. Someone misguided you. They had to throw spell work at you in the most toxic way so you would be mentally unstable. They didn't want you to elevate faster than them. Because you know what happens nowadays, and it's so saddening to see how someone is trying to become their best self version of themselves. Someone's tired, they shoot different, they ain't got malicious intentions towards their neighbors. And how when someone sees that someone can truly smile and understand and recognize their confidence, how someone has to place somebody close not to see them woke. They humiliate them, they take them out their thought process, they free in their pockets, their eyesight. Because of the fact that you are so strong mentally, you have potential. So they want to shortchange you of your own sightseeing when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your reality. So they gotta play with spell work in a toxic way to make you low vibrational, to put you in a mindset of you feeling like you about to lose everything. Got you going in circles in circles. You're battling yourself. Got anxiety problems. You never had anxiety problems before, but this is spell work is being poured upon you. And you didn't mistreat you. You didn't misuse you. But as soon as you allow that person to come into your life and get close to you, you told them a little bit too much about you. They disrespect you when you least expect it. That's why you gotta be mindful and wise who you allow to sit at your table. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Don't let a temporary situation make you so vulnerable where you're putting yourself in a situation where you second guessing yourself like, dang, I could have avoided all of this. I could have avoided all of this. Now you're dealing with depression. Folks don't understand you. This type of stuff happens every single day. Every single day, regardless how much money you have, regardless of whatever your celebrity status is, if you're just a regular normal person. And I say that respectfully. Your reality, when you wake up every single day, is not about likes and views. That's what's wrong with society today. Everybody worried about a view, a like, and a comment at the end of the day, when their mental health is not together. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. People gotta kick somebody down, destroy their character, all for a like and a view, to humiliate somebody, to disrespect somebody. That's not how you respect your neighbor. You don't respect your neighbor, disrespecting them, allow them to feel that they have to live in fear. And I say that respectfully, because that's not how God created us to be. God created us to unite. God created us to respect each other. It wasn't about an evil dollar, who's better than this person, who's better than that person, because everybody has their own lane when it comes to elevating, becoming a best self version of themselves, because everybody has their own identity. Be mindful and wise when playing somebody close, because you're in secret competition with them and they was never part of your race. Or because someone endured trauma with them in them from a child point of view and it went into their adulthood. And you're not understanding how someone has so much self-control for themselves, all these obstacles that was placed in front of them. They dealt with being homeless and they wasn't doing it for a like or a view. They had abandonment issues from a child point of view, and it went into their adulthood when they didn't have that, when they didn't have that guardian that showed them love, when they didn't have that guardian that showed them that they was worthy, when they didn't have that guardian that showed them at the end of the day, I love you and I got your back and I'm showing you the right direction. It's a thought process to me. Or that unhealthy relationship. You're not understanding that, wow, how is this person still showing up for themselves? How? How can you possibly show up for yourself and I'm discouraging you? I'm kicking you down every single chance I get. I'm disrespecting you, calling you all types of names. I'm even lying on your name, but you still keep picking yourself up. They don't understand how mentally strong you truly are. They see a light within you. They recognize your confidence because you continue to choose you. It's sad and disturbing that this type of stuff happens every single day. And I say that respectfully. It does. It doesn't matter what culture you are, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, or your religion. And I say that respectfully. It doesn't matter. Because this is the type of stuff that happens every single day. And it's so unhealthy. How can you be amongst a group of people, right? You could be amongst 10 people that you never met before. There's always that one person in that group that's a hate in disguise because they truly miserable. But everybody else is not against you. Everybody is truly for you when you least expect it. But you're being wise and you're being mindful at the end of the day. You're starting a new path of your reality to allow folks in. And only for you to realize what a red flag looks like up close in person. Someone got so much negative things to say about you at the end of the day. How you a nobody, how you ain't gonna ever elevate, how you think you better than somebody, and you wasn't trying to discourage them that day. And everybody else is looking at them like, hold on, wait. How we sitting amongst a group of people discouraging each other? How we sitting amongst a group of folks at the end of the day? I don't know you from a hole in the wall, and you're disrespecting me in the most unhealthiest way. I didn't disrespect you not one time. I didn't have malicious intentions towards you not one time. That's why you gotta always protect your energy, because looks are very deceiving. And it's sad and disturbing how you least expect it, how your enemy will be sitting right next to you when you least expect it. But you got to understand the lesson for what it truly is at the end of the day, that you truly are a blessing. Because God installed confidence within you. God installed wisdom within you. And you got to recognize it for yourself to understand your true self-awareness, to understand the self-control, to understand that, wait, I love me. Yeah, it was a battle within a battle of me finding me to love me, but I knew it wasn't an overnight process and nobody would be able to understand my walk of life, and I wasn't doing it for likes and views because I knew how to show up for somebody, not mistreat them or mislead them. The energy is different. Never allow someone to discourage you, regardless if it's a stranger in the street or folks that said they had your back and they gave up on you. And I say that respectfully. You lost you to find you. You lost you to challenge you every single day to love you correctly, even when someone didn't show you love. Even when someone didn't know how to show up for you to say, you know what, I truly mean what I say. I love you. Maybe you're looking for that apology from certain individuals that gave you lack of love, that didn't value your time and day. They disrespected you. They took your kindness to weakness. Sometimes you got to say to yourself is, you know what? I choose me. I don't wish bad on you, neighbor. I wish you the best in your journey. But I choose me. I choose me because I didn't allow you to dim my light. I choose me to understand at the end of the day, I can't give up on me to stop my life because you didn't see my reality, my existence. I choose me when you wanted me to live in fear. I choose me when you threw spell work at me and you had malicious intentions, putting me in secret competition with you. It's a thought process for me. You matter and you are worthy, and it's not a crime to believe in yourself, to allow your dreams to become your reality of your existence. You becoming your best self vision of yourself. You finding peace within. Days when you couldn't even see for yourself to mentally go within. The wounds was deep. Childhood wounds that went into your adulthood. It was your reality. Battling yourself, hurting yourself with your own words. But you was willing and able and capable of recognizing at the end of the day the right direction. Recognize at the end of the day, I can't allow myself to become a victim because they gave up on me, they overlooked me, they judged a book by its cover. They took my kindness to weakness, they tried to humiliate me, disrespect me, all types of stuff. And you never had malicious intentions. Never. You knew how to respect somebody, good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, walking blindfolded at the end of the day. It was your existence. It was your path of respect. You knew how to respect somebody when you couldn't see. You matter and you are worthy. If you're dealing with a temporary situation right now, when it comes to your living situation, I say this respectfully, neighbor. Don't give up. It's a challenge every single day to show up. You lack of appetite. You're going in circles. When's things going to be right? You can't pick up the phone and have a genuine conversation with somebody without them having malicious intentions, without them preaching to you, making you feel like you're the problem. But you knew how to respect somebody. Do not give up on you. This battle is not yours. It's not. This is your testing season. Do not lose hope within. And I say that respectfully because when you're a firm believer, you got to see at the end of the day, this is only your test. Whatever you've been through when it came to your past, at the end of the day, just self-reflect, understand, do not beat yourself up. Here they gave up on you, they overlooked you. But you can't give up on you. You got to be strong for you. You got to be strong for you. And understand at the end of the day, God works in mysterious ways. I do not worship the devil. And you may not believe in God at the end of the day, but that's okay. But be mindful and wise what you ask for when you're praying. Be mindful and wise when you're hurting yourself with your own words. Don't dim your own light. Don't dim your light. You matter and you are worthy. And I say that respectfully. Not everybody's meant to be part of your journey. They're not. But do not get discouraged. And I say that respectfully. A temporary situation is your temporary situation. It's not forever. Only if you make it forever. That's the difference. If you make your situation forever, it's going to last a long time. But that's the reason when you got to understand the shift of your mindset. Do you really want to get out that situation? Do you really want better for you? And during this era right now where we live in, it's really hard. It really is. It's a challenge within a challenge. Especially what's going on in society. But God is going to provide, and I know God is going to provide for you. because God provided that food for you when you least expected, when you didn't have that dollar in your pocket. And you said, wait, hold on. Yes. Yes. I was able to take my medication. I was able to gain strength. I was able to regroup and think, what's the next move? I ain't trying to bring harm towards nobody. I'm just trying to get on my feet to go the right direction. Just God, point me in the right direction. Point me to what people are not going to bring harm towards me. Point me into the direction where they're not going to manipulate, humiliate me, try to play in my face, please. And God's showing you the patience and the guidance. Don't lose hope. Don't lash out. Don't disrespect nobody. Don't go back and forth with words with somebody. Don't do it. They try to antagonize your character during your season. Don't do it. Don't lash out. Because you don't want to be somewhere where you don't want to be. Regardless of what your situation is, you don't want to be behind bars somewhere. And I don't wish bad on my neighbor. I wish for you to have a peace of mind. I wish for healing and prosperity for you to become a best self vision of yourself. And for you to truly love yourself. And for you to understand that, wow, this is only a temporary situation. I lack love, but I gotta love me. I lack hurting myself with my own words when it came to pain, but I can't hurt me with words today. Yeah. When God shows you sometimes when that door is closed, the certain obstacles of your journey, you don't understand why certain folks don't deal with you no more. You don't understand why certain folks, don't show up the way they used to show up. You got to be mindful and wise when you pray, because what you're praying for, God is showing you already. Hey, silly goose. I said I was going to do something for you, right? You can't overlook your own words. You got to be mindful and wise. Because when that door closed for all the reasons, when that person brought all that drama into your life, when that person brought all that confusion into your life, when that person brought all that lie and manipulation into your life, when deceiving and making you feel like you wasn't worthy of choosing you, it made you see that, you know what? Hold on, wait. God is working. I'm asking to be at peace with myself without wearing a mask. And God is showing me the way when I least expect it. How you asking for something and then you overlooking what you're asking for. That's why you got to be mindful and wise to have a clear state of mind sometimes. And this is what happens in society when it comes to self-awareness. It's very important. And I say that respectfully. You got to be mindful and wise what you ask for, because God will place certain things in your life when you least expect it. The good God, when you don't worship the devil, because all money isn't good money. When God places certain individuals in your life, it's a test. God placed certain individuals in your life as a lesson. God placed certain individuals in your life as a blessing. And you got to understand the shift of all three of these things at the end of the day. That way, I'm asking for the proper strength. I'm asking for the proper guidance. I'm asking for the proper direction. And I keep going in circles within going in circles because I'm overlooking myself, because I don't have the proper clarity to understand that I am worthy. When you become your own worst enemy, you're not going to understand it. You're not. And this is what the enemy wants you to do. The enemy wants you to be confused. The enemy wants you to confuse your own words. The enemy doesn't want you to sightsee and say, you know what? I have a vision. They don't want you to recognize your faith. They don't want you to recognize your own conscience, to recognize your soul when it comes to your spiritual. And I say that respectfully because the enemy doesn't want you to lead your way to the best self-vision of yourself. Your dreams becoming your reality. You know how when you sit back and say, you know what, I want that car, I want that house, I want to be able to be financially stable, I want to be able to be mentally stable, I want to be able to be in good shape with myself, to show up for me. I ain't got to worry about asking nobody for no handout. I want to be independent. The enemy does not want you to have that mindset. So the enemy will confuse you with the lack of love, with the lack of guidance, with the lack of, you know what, you can't even recognize your smile today. I'm going to make sure of it. The enemy wants you to wear a mask. The enemy doesn't want you to be in the mindset of, you know what? Choosing yourself to better yourself. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's why, the enemy paints this picture, right? Because the enemy shows up when you least expect it. The enemy could be sitting right next to you when you least expect it, laying next to you, all types of stuff. It's so disgusting. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. But you got to be mindful when you ask for that relationship to be over. You got to be mindful and wise what you ask for when you ask for protection from God, to protect you from your enemy, to protect you from this person, that person. You put a name to your book. When you ask for a certain rejection from your life at the end of the day, you have to be mind and wise. You do. That's why self-awareness is very important. But how could you actually understand self-awareness if you're your own worst enemy? If you're going in circles and you're trying to find peace within, and you can't even show up for yourself to actually recognize what is being placed in front of you, your own protection. You asking for protection is like, wait, hold on, wait. This person is mistreating me. This person is disrespecting me. This person is showing up as this person at the end of the day. And when they're around everybody else, they wear a mask, but you know who this person is. Because people pick and choose how they want to treat people at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. My content ain't for everybody. Because when a bully walks in the room at the end of the day, they're not going to show their hands. They're not going to show their hands that they in secret competition with you. They're not going to show their hands that they got malicious intentions towards you. Some may, the ones that laugh too fast. It be the thought process of me, how they laughing at somebody's pain. But it's the thought process of me. So be mind and wise when you're asking for God to show up in your life. Be mind and wise what you're truly praying for. Because what happens is you put yourself in a mindset of overlooking yourself, overthinking yourself, and you're repeating the same lesson all over again. But sometimes it's for the better. But you have to see it as so. And only for you to understand the lesson, you have to see it as taking acknowledgement at the end of the day. You know what? I can't let myself go. I can't allow myself to be mentally gone because of the fact that someone didn't understand to comprehend self-control. They had the lack of respect. They didn't know how to love somebody, or whatever the case may be. You put a name to your book. You crying, you crying, you crying, you crying, you crying, you crying to get out that domestic violence situation. But you still sitting there. You still sitting there. How you still how you still sitting there and allowing someone to torment you and make you feel like you're not worthy of yourself, but you saying that you want to better yourself? How you allowing someone to torment you and you can't even see the lack of love that's endured within you because you're hurting yourself with your own words and not realizing it? Or you're going in circles and you're battling yourself every single day to trying to find the strength to truly walk away. And you keep saying to yourself, you know what? Love ain't supposed to feel like this. Love ain't supposed to feel like manipulation. Love ain't supposed to make me feel like I got to question myself. Am I even worthy? That's not love. How can someone have a hand problem and bring harm towards me when I know how to show up for them? It makes you think like, hold on. Am I really choosing me? Am I? Am I really worthy? You had a lack of love. You didn't have that guardian to show you what love was. So you became your own worst enemy, thinking it was the norm at the end of the day to stick around with somebody at the end of the day, to mistreat you, misguide you, disrespect you. When you knew how to value somebody's time and day. You knew how to love somebody correctly. How many times you gonna get tired within tired? Keep going to the ER. Keep calling the police. Or being mentally sick. You can't even take care of your babies. Your babies is looking at you like it's the norm to have black eyes, busted lips. It's the norm to being around dysfunctional behavior. So now they're being brought up in dysfunctional behavior. So now when they get into the real world, they think it's the norm for this mindset to disrespect their neighbor. And their neighbor don't deserve that. This is the type of stuff that needs to be this is the type of stuff that needs to be prevented from happening, bothering innocent people. Because you decide to stay in a situation a little bit too longer than you were supposed to. And before you allow yourself to stay in a situation a little bit too long before you have to, be mindful and wise. Someone can psych you out your freedom. And the only reason for me to speak upon this right now is because life's being taken every single day. Innocent people are becoming victims. Innocent people are becoming victims. Or you could be sitting here being the manipulator, the narcissist at the end of the day, causing all those problems. Having somebody in a relationship and they have to battle the fact that, wow, yeah, I love you, but I gotta walk away from a situation before you disturb my peace. Someone just lost their life. An innocent person protecting their family because someone didn't have self-control. This type of stuff happens every single day, and it's so unhealthy. While the enemy sits back and watches within watching and just says, you know what, I ain't got to do much. Y'all doing all the dirty work. And that's not how the good God created us to be. Miserable? No. God did not create us to be miserable. And I say that respectfully. God created us to be at peace with ourselves. God created us to elevate. God created us to become our best self-visions of ourselves, not to dim our neighbor's light, regardless of what the circumstances may be. And I say that respectfully. And if you are one of those individuals that you said, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I can't become my worst enemy because someone doesn't know how to love me. Other folks may not understand you because it became, you kept talking about you wanted to walk away and you never did. And it's finally happened. You walked away. You matter and your life matters. And if you brought children into this world, their life matters and you're supposed to protect them from this mindset. You're supposed to show them what love is regardless of your circumstances, if you're homeless or not. And I say that respectfully because a situation when you're being homeless is only a temporary situation, not unless you allow yourself to be put in that situation and you ain't trying to fix it. But I understand how today's society is set up right now. It really is hard out here. It is. I can speak from my own experience at the end of the day when it comes to being homeless and when it comes to going into the shelter system and stuff like that. I can understand. You know, I don't do stuff for likes and views or let alone attention. I'm just here for my neighbor to know at the end of the day, do not give up. Do not give up. And in being in a shelter system, it's very hard. It is. It's stressful. You're dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with different personalities when you know you know. Because everybody's personality is not the same. No disrespect at the end of the day. You're dealing with different personalities. You're dealing with people not showing up for work, needing to do their job. Or then you're dealing with folks showing up to work and you're being overlooked. Or you're dealing with folks showing up for work and things is not getting done because of the way the system is set up. Nobody should be homeless. If anything, nobody should be homeless. Nobody in this world should be homeless, regardless to what culture you are, your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, your culture, your religion. Everybody should have a roof over their head, regardless to how much funds they got in their pocket or not. And I say that respectfully, regardless if you're a welfare recipient, you're on Social Security, you're on SSD, or whatever the case may be. You're on this program, you're on that program. Don't ever allow someone to dim your light or disrespect you at the end of the day because someone provided a roof over your head that God allows you to see. And I say that respectfully. It be the mindset for me. Nobody should be homeless. Be mindful and wise when you disrespect somebody because they may be on a program or something like that. Everybody deserves a roof over their head, regardless if their rent is $200 at the end of the day. They have a roof over their head. It's a thought process to me how people get into this mindset and forgetting at the end of the day, we are all human. Nobody should be left behind. And I say that respectfully, regardless if it's mental health or not. It really is a thought process to me. How society is so set up, how people discourage each other, kick each other down, disrespect each other because of the fact that someone wants to label somebody. And I say that respectfully. Because that same person that walked out of that shelter became a multi-billion trillionaire at the end of the day. Because how God changes that wheel. And that person didn't have to discourage their neighbor. That person didn't have to disrespect their neighbor. That person didn't have malicious intentions towards their neighbor. It really be the mindset for me. How low vibrational people be. And they be saying, I'm real. I'm an adult. I'm grown. All right. Life happens to us. Just like life can happen to you, God can take everything from you that God provided for you at the end of the day. Or let alone the enemy can take everything from you that the enemy provided for you. Let's talk about that. It's the mindset for me. Be mindful and wise when you're discouraging your neighbor because of the fact that they understood, okay, well, yeah, I got kicked out of this place. I got kicked out of that place. You put a name in your book. I want to get on my feet. I want to start all over. I want to better myself. I wasn't given a handbook on this thing called life. But I'm willing to choose me. If God is placing me to go into this shelter, to get me in a situation for me to get an apartment, and God is protecting me and is placing all the right social workers in my life, all the right proper doctors in my life, regardless of your situation, if you're on Social Security or not, placing all the right doctors in your life. You may have ongoing surgery coming up soon, and you need a roof over your head. And God is showing you at the end of the day, you know what? I got you. I'm gonna put you in a shelter. They're gonna give you a program, and you're gonna get your house. You're gonna get your apartment. Regardless if it's temporary housing or not, God's gonna make a way. They said that your lease would not be renewed, but God said, no, 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 no. I'm renewing that lease. When you almost gave up on hope, when you almost gave up on yourself, not knowing which direction you was about to turn, and you was just trying to get on your feet to better yourself, just get yourself together. And God said, you know what? I'm gonna place all the right people in your life. It ain't about you being lazy. Because everybody swear that somebody that goes into the shelter that gets a program is lazy. Not everybody's lazy. Judging a book by its cover because someone gets food stamps. Judging a book by its cover. And especially today's society, how the food prices going up, everybody deserves a little extra couple of dollars in their pocket right now. Even you, upper class. It's a thought process to me. Wherever you put your name in your book, it be the disrespect for me. It really do. And I would hate that if you have children and you have that lack mentality at the end of the day, because I would hope that someone helps your child when you're not around, when you're no longer on this earth. I hope somebody helps your baby, provides for your baby, and shows them right direction. Days when they're being misled, or days when they're going into a depression mindset. And I say that respectfully. Regardless, at the end of the day, that's still somebody's baby, and that's God's baby. That's God's baby. That's God's baby. And God was protecting his baby. She was protecting her baby. Some people choose to be outside in the street. They choose as a choice. But it seems like when somebody's trying to get their life together, they're misjudged, they're disrespected because they're choosing themselves. I could understand if somebody's not choosing themselves to better themselves. Not everybody's an alcoholic. Not everybody's a weed head, a crackhead, or a drug addict, or an addict at the end of the day when they get these certain programs. Not everybody's like that. It's the thought process for me. Be mindful and wise when judging a book by its cover. And I say that respectfully, neighbor. It's the thought process for me. It's sad and disgusting to see that the society that we live in, and it's been going on for far too long, someone thinks they're better than somebody because of the fact that everybody independent is not the same. Everybody's not the same when it comes to vibe and high. Not everybody's the same when it comes to, self-awareness. Just like school. When you go to school, and you remember going to school, right? Is either you're in a regular class or you got an IEP, right? Sometimes those regular kids was in that small setting class because they just needed more time on that test because not everybody learns the same. Not everybody learns fast like others. Respect your neighbor. Would you want somebody to disrespect your child? Yeah, they're in a big setting class at the end of the day. They're very smart. But they just need some more time on that test. Your child could be the smartest kid in the whole school. Because this type of stuff happens every single day. How the smartest kid in the whole school can be put in a small setting classroom at the end of the day. But they just need more time on the test. So they won't rush. So they will be able to think. So they have more time to say, you know what? I'm going to pass this test. Watch. My moms and pops going to be proud of me. It's a thought process to me. Be mindful and wise when judging somebody. Everybody's learning ability is not the same. It's not. It's called respect, neighbor. That's why we all don't tie a shoe we all don't tie a shoe the same. But I know how to respect my neighbor regardless of their sexual orientation, their disability, their culture, their religion, or their age. Just like this, not everybody got common sense. Not everybody has patience for it. Not everybody's supposed to be part of your journey. And that is okay. But because you don't understand somebody at the end of the day, why they read that book backwards, and they understood everything that they read, compared to somebody that read that book from front to back, and they still don't understand the damn book. It's the thought process, me, jackass. Hello? Because you judged the book by its cover. You judged. When someone didn't have malicious intentions towards you, to judge you or disrespect you. You can't play victim with everybody. You can't pick and choose who you want to be a bully to. And I say that respectfully. Never allow a temporary situation to dim your light. Being homeless is not about likes and views. It's your reality. It's your story. You ain't gotta manipulate nobody to play them close to for what your experience was when being homeless. Everybody's not gonna understand your walk of life. And that's okay. And it's so sad and disturbing to see that a person would say, oh, well, you didn't have your moms and your pops in your life. That's why your life went into shambles. Excuse me? Somebody had their parent in their life all their life. They just lost their loved one the other day. They lost both of their loved ones. Everything was just taken from them. They lost the love for themselves. They didn't understand that, wow, I wasn't prepared for this. Because some people don't prepare for death. We all not the same. Some people do prepare for it. I do. Some people don't. Because it's supposed to happen. You may, but your neighbor don't. Because we just live in the existence of day to day. Somebody's going to come home. Somebody's going to always show up. It's a thought process for me. It's just, it's sad. It really is how people put themselves in competition, disrespect their neighbor. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Never allow someone to discourage you. And I say that respectfully. You matter, you are worthy. I'll be going live later on this afternoon. I'm not going to say what time, but I'll be going live later on this afternoon. I attribute time to the genuine ones only. Everybody's not meant to be part of your journey. They're not. My content is not for everybody. So save your negative energy. For your mama, I said what I said. It's the thought process for me. Don't get discouraged, though. Don't get discouraged because of a temporary situation. And don't allow someone's lack of awareness to make you feel that you got to question yourself if you're going in the right direction because they labeled you. They labeled you. They judged you. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. And I think I'll save that for the next video. Because I'll save that for the next video. Self-awareness is not a crime. It's not. And it's not a crime to think for yourself, especially when you don't have malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. If you lack love today, when it comes to self-love, I say this respectfully, neighbor. I truly hope that one day that you get the proper guidance for self to love yourself in the most healthiest way, not to hurt yourself with your own words. Regardless of what trauma was endowed with you from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood, don't misuse you. I don't do stuff for comments, likes, and views. And I say that respectfully. And my content is not for everybody. Neighbor, we may not pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, with no malicious intentions. I truly hope that anybody that is dealing with being homeless right now, I truly hope things turn around for you. And anybody that's on a program right now, I truly hope that things turn around for you, that you become your best self vision of yourself. Or anybody that's dealing with being in a program that's homeless right now, or that's about to be homeless right now, I truly hope that everything works out in your favor and God is truly protecting you and your loved ones that's around you. But please do not give up on yourself. Because a lot of people nowadays has been psyching themselves out their own freedom because of a mindset of a lack of awareness, the mindset of lack of love, the mindset of their neighbor kicking them down and discouraging them with pain and trauma. And I say that respectfully. And especially when they're not doing it for likes and views. And I say that respectfully because it's your reality. This is what you're faced with every single day, to challenge yourself to becoming your best self vision of yourselves. Find out the right direction to be put in proper position to understand how to elevate. It's not going to be an overnight process, but do not give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. And never allow someone to discourage you or allow you to feel like your dreams cannot become your reality. because they try to humiliate you. They had to do rituals on you, spell work on you. They said that you wasn't going to be nobody. They took your kindness for weakness. They played you close enough to see you woke. They disrespect you in the most unhealthiest way. They had to pay people to get information about you, to discourage you, to humiliate you, disrespect you. And you wasn't projecting no negative energy towards anybody. You knew how to respect your neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, regardless of what trials and tribulations was placed in front of you. And never allow someone to allow you to feel like because you on Social Security or you got a program to discourage you. Don't. And especially when you're just trying to get up every single day and provide and be the best self vision of yourself. You wasn't given a handbook. You just trying to better yourself because you was willing and able to choose you. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. It's not. So please do me a favor. Anybody projecting any spell work towards me, any negative energy, sending an evil lie, whatever the case may be, I truly hope one day, neighbor, you truly find peace within to better yourself. Because the lack of self-awareness for yourself at the end of the day that you call yourself so real is so unhealthy. It really is. You see how you gotta have you got controlling problems because you don't want somebody to elevate faster than you. You don't want someone to recognize their faith. You don't want someone to love themselves because you don't know how to show up for you. You're wearing the mask. How can you dim somebody else's light at the end of the day and you say you love yourself? Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense at the end of the day. I could never sit here and discourage somebody, bring somebody down, kick them down, regardless of what they do to me. I will hope that you want better for yourself, and I hope and pray that God sees you the way. And I truly hope that you heal whatever wounds that need to be, whatever wounds that was endured within you. And I say that respectfully. Anybody life that I ever came into, and I say this respectfully, I wasn't doing it for money. I wasn't doing it for clout, because I'm far from a clout chaser. Because God allows me to see my own vision. I'm my own clout. And I never thought I was better than anybody. And I still don't. But I know how to respect my neighbor. And it's sad and disturbing to see when you respect yourself to respect somebody else, they don't like that. They don't like the fact that you get genuine love because you're a genuine, authentic person. When they have to put on a show and portray themselves to be something that they truly not. It's a thought process to me. When you're just an authentic person, never switch up being yourself. When you're not one of those type of people to take out here taking someone's kindness for weakness, always forever continue to remain and have that beautiful heart, that beautiful spirit, that beautiful soul, that beautiful heart. Don't switch up. Do not switch up. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Never allow someone to dim your light or discourage you because you're willing and able to choose you. You're fighting a battle at the end of the day that's not yours. So don't get misguided or misled because of the fact that someone said that you are nobody. You're not worthy. You're a child of God. Yes, you are. And especially when you don't worship the devil. And I say that respectfully. A lot of people don't believe in praying. But the power of prayer can get you so far in life. It could, when you least expect it. You may not understand your circumstances today, but one day you'll be able to have a clear vision and look back and say to yourself as, wow, thank you, God, for being patient with me. Thank you, God, for getting me out of that situation. Thank you, God, for the guidance that you placed in my life. Thank you, God, for all the right people that you placed in my life and they didn't have malicious intentions. I see you. I see the genuine ones later. I need a nap. I do. I truly preach times to the genuine ones only. Never allow a temporary situation to dim your light. That job site that you may be on, it may be frustrating right now, but you're still getting a check. Because a lot of people ain't getting no check. So be mindful and wise when you're saying that your job is getting on your nerve. Your job is doing this. Your job is doing that. You still have a roof over your head. Or even if you don't have a roof over your head, you still got an income coming in. And especially if you're dealing with homelessness right now and then you still got that income coming in. A lot of people don't have that money coming in right now. And I say that respectfully. So be mindful and wise when you still have access to certain things in your life, because a lot of people have limitations onto finances or limitation on certain things that they can't get access to. You have certain people that can't even get out of a bed right now to help themselves. Or you have certain individuals that can't mentally help themselves right now and talk to the right people. They need somebody to talk for them, but they don't know how to get the right proper help and speak up for themselves, because at the end of the day, when someone already pushed them away, they just fall back and just let things happen. So be mindful and wise and be kind to people. Be mindful and wise when disrespecting your neighbor. Be mindful and wise when showing up for yourself at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully. Always protect your energy. Everybody is not meant to be part of your journey. It's not that you think you better than somebody. And I say that respectfully. No. It's not that you think you better than somebody. You're not trying to relive pain. You're not trying to relive that mindset of going in circles and beating yourself up with your own words, dealing with anxiety, because anxiety will make you feel like in a mindset you truly losing yourself. It's a thought process to me. It's a thought process to me. Do not get discouraged. Do not. You still got that finance coming in? Be thankful, because not a lot of people have that. The way prices is going up when it comes to food and certain things that need to be taken care of at the end of the day, a lot of people don't have that emergency plan to go to that stash. A lot of people don't have that emergency plan of a backup plan. They don't. And I say that respectfully. So be very thankful what you have right now. Be very thankful for the small things that you have. Take gratitude in that stuff. And I say that respectfully. You have to cherish every moment to better you, to love you correctly, not to hurt yourself with words, or let alone become a victim. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. And I do not wish bad on anybody. And I say that respectfully. You know, just because of my sexual orientation at the end of the day, I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. And it's so sad and disturbing to see that because of my sexual orientation and because of my peers as well, we get labeled and be put in a box that we're all the same. And we're not. We're not. I'm not here defending nobody, but I'm just saying, just like certain, like, just like a, what do I want to say? I'm tired. Just like a straight person. Y'all all not the same. Not everybody's a criminal. Not everybody's an offender. Not everybody has malicious intentions towards their neighbor. Just like us. We're the same too. We're not just like that. Everybody not no criminal. Everybody's not an offender. Everybody ain't got malicious intentions. That's why we ain't need to meet each other halfway to respect each other. The enemy already labeled us to go against each other. And this is where the generation curse needs to break, of the mindset of lack of awareness at the end of the day. Because a lot of people have family members that are in the life of their sexual orientation that they love the same sex. And they don't have malicious intentions. And they know how to respect their neighbor. And they don't bring harm towards innocent children. And I gotta be very upfront. It's a thought process to me, because we are all the same. Always protect your energy. Be mindful who you kicking down and discouraging at the end of the day. Because we are all not the same. I know how to respect my neighbor if they purple, green, or yellow. And they ain't got malicious intentions. It's called respect, neighbor. Just because you didn't understand why someone chooses the same sex at the end of the day, or you not understanding how God is favoring somebody today at the end of the day, that's not your walk of life. And it's not for you to judge, but to say to your neighbor, I pray for you, neighbor, in the most healthiest way that you become your best self vision of yourself. That's it. You ain't got to pray against them. You ain't got to have malicious intentions towards them. Because at the end of the day, everybody's not for you. They're not. And that is okay. But it's a thought process to me. I attribute time to the genuine ones only. Always protect your energy. Everybody is not meant to be part of your journey. They're not. Don't give up on you. Now your genuine love, respect. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. To the genuine ones only. And I say this respectfully. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe month, have a safe year, have a safe remaining weekend. Protect your energy. Love is not supposed to hurt. It's not. So be mind and wise who you allow to love you. Be mind and wise who you allow to stay around you too longer than they had to. Love ain't manipulation. I don't know who need to hear that. But you matter. Do not dim your light. Naya, genuine love, respect. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. It's the thought process of me. Being a copycat, at the end of the day, you're going to fall short when it comes to common sense of being real. That's not who you are. Being real. That's not who you are. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. Hope you find peace within to understand your own identity. You can't be somebody that you're not. You're going to fall short when it comes to common sense that you truly lack. And I say that respectfully. And that's self-awareness. That's not how God created you to be. Be mindful and wise when playing somebody close, putting them in secret competition with you. Be mindful and wise when you got to pay people to get information on other people, not to see somebody woke. It's not a competition becoming your best self-vision of yourself. It's not a competition at all. When it comes to healing trauma and pain that was endured with you from a child point of view and it went into your adulthood. You matter, you're worthy. Don't get discouraged today. Naya, genuine love, respect. I am the original owner of all my content, word for word. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe morning. Don't get discouraged and be mindful and wise when somebody try to bring you out of character. It's not worth it. It's not. Be kind to people. You don't know what somebody's going through. Somebody just got that phone call just yesterday when you least expected that they lost a loved one. Somebody just got a phone call just yesterday that they're dealing with health issues. Somebody just got a phone call yesterday that made them feel at the end of the day, are they even worthy? And they just cite themselves at their own freedom when you least expect it. Because this type of stuff happens every single day. This is our reality. This is the world we really live in. It's not about likes and views or comments at the end of the day. It's not. Healing trauma and pain, it's not a race. It's not. Now you genuine love, respect. Have a good day. Thank you for your time.